HHX1987.com.
HHX1987, we're live in Atlanta, Soul Asylum Studios, and I'm with BMB Records own Philly native, Miss Charli Baltimore. How you doing today?
I'm good.
We got a lot of things going on. We're actually here because of a video release you have coming up for one of your singles. Why don't you talk to me about that?
The single is called Bed Full of Money. I actually recorded it last year with a producer out of Chicago named Hurdle. And the song, this track just inspired me. We shot a really different, like, kind of version of Charli. I kind of feel like the videos that I've done in the past were more scripted and more, you know, by the books, or they were based on something or had some sort of theme. Whereas this one was just more like a real raw, sexy kind of, you know, appeal.
Now, I also understand that you have a new project that'll be coming out sometime this fall. So why don't you elaborate on that as well?
The project is tentatively titled Ethos, which is a word that stems from Greek mythology. I'm not going to go into all the specifics of what ethos means, but if you're really interested, you should definitely Google it. But it definitely incorporates a lot of the aspects of music and creativity and kind of like my process and how I write records.
Well, talk to me about BMB Records as well. You know, I know you're doing your thing as an artist, but you're also doing your thing as a CEO.
Right.
So you have artists that you're working with, artists that you're growing. So give us a little insight about everything that's going on over there.
Well, we started BMB Records 2 years ago. Me and my partner and you know, the initial stance that we took on the label was to kind of stamp it and get it out there with a mixtape that I have released called Hard to Kill. Hard to Kill went on to become, well, helped me become nominated for BET Female Artist of the Year, as well as several other female hip-hop awards that I was really, you know, proud of, just based off of a mixtape, which is kind of crazy. And so with that, we signed a few artists. One of the artists right now that's really popular is Lil George. He's 17 years old. He has a song called Sauce that's blowing off the map right now. We also have Cash Doll. We have Rico. We have Marley, Breezy, and a couple other artists that are, you know, in transition to being signed to the label.
Now, you're a native of Philly, as you gave mention to, and Philly is known for a lot of great musicians. You have Rue, you have Will Smith, Jill Scott. You were one of the first musicians at the forefront having a major deal and really putting on for Philly. What do you think of the current state of Philly's music scene?
I will always believe at this point that Philly is underrated in their impact on hip hop. I feel like our swag and our, you know, our bravado and style and just the hunger and the realness of what we come from, the element of Philly is, I feel like it's been swagger jacked. I do. And I also feel like, you know what I'm saying, you know, a lot of artists from out of town come to Philly, they might stay there for a few days. By the time they leave, they've adopted our whole philosophy. You know what I'm saying? And Philly is full of swagger rich everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a game, it's real, it's real. You know what I mean? Even if you're from the poorest part of Philly, the poorest part of Philly still got a swag to it. It's a swag that's incomparable anywhere else I've ever been to, and I've been all over the world. And I'm not just saying it because I'm from Philly. I know they're like, oh, fuck her, she's biased, she from there. Nah, it's real talk. Like, I've been everywhere. I give props where props is due, but I really do feel like we're underrated. You know what I'm saying, from a musical perspective. But I also feel like we still have artists there that do represent. I would never turn my back on Philly. And hopefully in the near future, you know what I'm saying, we'll really get the props that we deserve.
I did that. I think that was very well stated. Now, you were also one of the first female MCs to really get their career booming, I'll say. You know, there were a lot of female MCs before you, there are a lot of female MCs now, but you were one of the first at the staple for what we know as hip-hop today. What are your current thoughts on the female perspective of female artists in today's music industry?
I mean, it's a different game. You know what I'm saying? When I first came into the game, it was the late 90s. So it was like, you know, we were getting in vans and cars and driving 23, 24 hours, getting on stages and then jumping right back in the car and driving another 13, 14 hours, jumping right back on the stage. You may get a chance to use the restroom, you may get a chance to wash up, you may not. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there was no spoken rule or principle on the situation. It just was what it was. It was a crime. You know what I'm saying? It's no different really from a nigga standing on the corner and hustling. You know what I mean? It's a crime. So because of the era of internet and, you know, social media and things like that, it makes things a little different, a little bit sweeter. You know what I'm saying? But from the era I come from, I tried to incorporate that into BMB as much as possible. Like, we were doing those type of road trips last year. We had a couple female artists that was like, what the fuck is going on? This is crazy. And I still could do it because it's just embedded in me that I'm just used to it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, you know, not saying, because if you're not from that era, I don't feel like a person should respect that grind. They don't know it. They don't necessarily have to respect it. Well, they do have to respect it, but they don't necessarily have to go through. You know what I'm saying? But if you were to put yourself in a situation that was uncomfortable for the betterment of your own career, you know what I'm saying? Would you do it? Even if it meant you're going to be, you know what I'm saying, perturbed and uncomfortable for a certain amount of days, a certain amount of hours, or whatever. But you know mentally it's going to prepare you for what's to come. Would you do it? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's just like going through a whole bunch of trials and tribulations and experiencing them, sorting them out, and then being able to decipher what can help the next person or, you know, another artist. Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. So right now you have a new single that'll be, two new singles actually that'll be dropping soon.
Yeah.
A new video for one. You have your new project that'll be dropping later this fall, and a lot of things going on with BMB Records.
Yeah.
So as 2015 continues, what else can we expect from Charli Baltimore?
I'm definitely gonna put the project out. After that, I think I might fall back and really just focus on the BMB artists. I really enjoy being exec, and I really enjoy, you know, just helping more artists and, you know, contributing to their growth and maturity. And, you know, that's a great feeling for me because I've been through so much in the industry. So if this is what God prepared me for, to, you know what I'm saying, help others in this and really show them the ropes, as opposed to me coming in it blind and not really having a mentor and, you know, kind of learning it from, you know what I'm saying, just hands-on experience, then so be it.
If people want to stay in tune with what you got going on via social media, how would they go about doing so?
You can reach me at Charli Baltimore, no E on the Charlie, all one word, on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook as well.
You know, it is Hip Hop Since 1987, live in Atlanta with a fellow Philly native, Charli Baltimore. Make sure you stay tuned to Hip Hop Since 1987 for everything she has going on and everything that's popping at BMB Records.
HipHopSince1987.com.
I can relate to my character in some ways, you know, with the ladies. That's easy. That's not hard, of course, you know.
I'm gonna touch on that, man, because you got a lot of guys jealous with you.
Very
with the
jealous.
ladies, man, you and Naomi Campbell
You gotta
plays
thank
Camelo
Lee
on the
Daniels
show.
for that one. Lee
Hey,
Daniels.
I'm not thanking him. I'm one of the haters, you know what I mean?